So long before I actually came online seriously as an artist creator, I certainly had a bee in my bonnet. I had the idea that I was supposed to be on social media. And as an artist, that idea that you're supposed to be online to market your art, to promote yourself in general, that has only like expanded and deepened, right? So probably you're thinking, I should have a presence online. I should have a presence on the internet, on social media, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, and all the places. I should be everywhere. But oh my gosh, how do I do it? How can I be everywhere at once and still create my art? How can I be online all the time and still be teaching all my students? And I completely get it. And a question was asked recently in my Facebook group that just sparked my desire to create this video for you. Hello, if you don't know me, I am Fiona Flyte. I am an artist myself. I'm a singer, an actor, a poet, a creatress. I am definitely rooted in art myself. And I am a coach, a guide, a mentor for artists in your becoming, in your money, in your personal power, in the recognition of your own divinity. And so subscribe to the channel and follow me on all the socials. I have a free Facebook group and I highly recommend that you join that. I also have a free masterclass in the description below. It's completely designed to help you step more into your power and more into the belief that your dreams are actually meant to come true. And that is called Pie in the Sky. Now, I want to read for you this Facebook message that I got. So when people join the free Facebook group, there's the opportunity to let me know why you joined or what you're working on, what you're struggling with. And a lot of the time when I read these responses, I go, oh, I want to talk about that. And so sometimes I'll have a DM conversation with the person, and sometimes I'll create a podcast episode or a YouTube episode or a piece of content. If you're not already on the podcast, that is a very, very unfiltered, unedited version of everything I do. So I recommend that. It's also linked in the description. It's called the Artistpreneur. But this particular comment, which I had to write down because I only have one phone right now. I'm not one of the creators with multiple phones. So I wrote it down so I could read it to you. This one prompted this YouTube video. So I'm just going to read it to you. I need a concrete marketing plan with actionable steps that I can implement on a day-to-day / week / monthly basis so I don't feel so behind all the time. And I'm going to put that up on the screen. I'm going to read it one more time. And I want you to think about, does this resonate with you? Is this sort of where your mind is at as well? One more time. I need a concrete marketing plan with actionable steps that I can implement on a day-to-day, week, monthly basis so I don't feel so behind all the time. I get this. It's like I want a marketing plan that I can actually do, I can execute on, and I can do it daily. It's like just the plan, and then I don't have to worry so much and I won't be so overwhelmed, and I'll still be able to manage all the other stuff in my life so that I can avoid this feeling that I don't like. But I want to break this down for you because there's so much gold in this and in what I'm going to share with you. The very first thing is this feeling of being behind, and it's actually where the person ended. So they think that the feeling of being behind all the time is going to be solved by having this actionable marketing plan. And what I want to share with you is that that's not true. It's not. Having a marketing plan is not going to solve this feeling of being behind all the time. Now, it does depend on what it is that is making you feel behind. So are you feeling behind, if this is you and you're relating to this video, are you feeling behind because you're not where you want to be in your career? In which case, you think that the marketing plan and being on social media and being consistent is going to help you to get where you want in your career faster. And it may not, but that feeling of being behind is never really going to change. We're always going to feel behind because there's always the next thing that we're evolving into. And this is the piece of gold I want you to take from this. If you only take one thing from this video, of course, I don't know where else I'm going, but this first piece of gold is about us needing to be the ones to decide how we're going to feel. So you can know that you're meant to be singing on Broadway, you're meant to be performing for stadiums, and yet right now you're only performing for, let's say, elderly community centers or rest homes. And it feels like the distance between where you are and where you want to be is so big. Or you could be a teacher who's got not a full studio. You teach like a handful of one-to-one students per week, and maybe you have a couple more at through somebody else's studio. And what you're really wanting is like completely sold out voice studio to the point where, if you launched an online course, it would go off like gangbusters. And so again, the distance between where you are and where you want to be, it just feels so big. But the thing is, once you get that full studio of students, you're going to want to make that online course, or you're going to want to launch the groups. And then you're going to realize that the distance between having a full studio and having hundreds of people sign up for your course, there's also a big distance. And then you're going to have 100 people enrolled in your course, and you're going to want to have an upsell and a downsell and a funnel in. And you're going to think, but the distance between where I am now with just the one funnel into the course is so far from having upsells and downsells. Then you might think, actually, I want to like build out my studio more and have other teachers teaching under me. And then. Or you might be like, okay, what I really, really want is to be paid more than $200 for a local gig. Like, I want to be doing traveling and I want to make way more than $200. Fantastic. So now you're getting booked on tours in, let's say, your area, the tri-state area, instead of just your city. And now you're, let's say, making $500 or $600 or $1,000 per gig. But you're like, but what I really want is to be booked at these premium jazz clubs. And you're like, okay, now I'm being booked at these premium jazz clubs. But what I really want is to be booked at venues of 1,000 seats or more in the audience. And then what I really want is, and then you're Taylor Swift at the stadium. And I'm saying you can have all of it, but we have to recognize that that feeling of being behind isn't ever, even when you're singing in the stadiums, it's still never going to really go away just from the I achieved this and I achieved that and I achieved this. The feeling of being behind is an inner feeling. And so since it's an inner feeling, the solution is actually internal too. The solution is not getting more things. The solution is coming to peace, coming to center, coming to alignment, coming to appreciation, coming to gratitude with where you are in your life, and that you can appreciate what actually is on the journey to creating more. Now, maybe what this person actually meant was that they were feeling behind on social media. But the question of feeling behind on social media, like maybe they have the goal of posting every day and they're just not doing it, is why post every day on social media? Because we're not just posting on social media in order to be consistent on social media. We're actually posting on social media to live our missions into the world, to be fully expressed, to be creative, to show our art, to be in our art, to be the creators of our lives, and to market and to promote. And so whatever feeling of behind you may or may not be having in terms of your social media is, again, an internal thing. Because there's nobody out there who's saying, oh, you need to be posting a certain amount of time. Well, actually, there are people. I'm just not one of them. There are people who are saying you need to post every single day, once a day. Then there are other people who are saying you need to post every single day, 5 times a day. And then there are other people that are saying you need to be on one platform and very strong on that platform. And then there are other people who are saying you need to be on 5 platforms or all the platforms. Just depends on who you are talking to. But you're here watching this video, which means you are talking to me. And what I say is that it's all an inner game. It all starts from inside. It all starts with, how many platforms do you want to be on? How many platforms do you feel like you can be consistent on? How many times a week do you actually feel called to post? How much do you have to say? How much do you have to share? Are you not being consistent or not posting as often as you want to because you're editing yourself, or you're thinking that you're too repetitive, or you're worried that you sound dumb, or you're judging what it is that's coming through you? There are so many inner questions that we need to be asking ourselves before we can really create that marketing plan. Now, for me, I'm going to be very clear with you that I do thrive with some structure, but it's like I need the structure so I can break the rules. I love that. That's like the whole thing with grammar. You need to know the grammar so you can then break the grammar rules, but you do it consciously. And so I have gone through periods where I have very clear marketing guidelines or structure for exactly how often I'm posting and where and how. And I created a program called Content Explosion, which is very much about my strategy for taking one post and then repurposing it across multiple platforms. It's a very, very powerful way of being everywhere all at once without actually having to expend so much effort. Also in that program is a lot about this inner work piece of it, because one of the things that slows us down so much from being consistent is that we're judging what's coming through. And so Content Explosion actually is this beautiful bridge between strategy and mindset and some energetics as well. I will drop a link to that program in the description. And you know what? I think I'm going to add a coupon just for you. If you catch this on YouTube and you're like, I want in that, I'm going to give you a coupon too. Now, what can structure look like when it comes to your consistent marketing plan on social media for the day, for the week, for the month? And I've played all kinds of different games, and I've also purchased all kinds of different programs, and I have created all kinds of different schedules. And what I really recommend for you is that you try different structures and you try different schedules until you find what works for you and what works for you in any particular season. Because during the season where my dad was in the ICU, it really was not as easy for me to be on all of the platforms because I was at the ICU and my mind was with my dad in the ICU and not on social media. During the season that I am entering right now, where my mission is so front and center, my mission of helping to awaken artists to their own divinity, like what could be better than that? To your own majesty, to the fact that you are already a masterpiece and a masterpiece in the making. I like this phrase even better, even though you are already a work of art, okay? You are already a work of art and a masterpiece in the making. Like, what is more exciting than helping artists with this? Like, my mission is just so front and center right now that the urge to create content and the urge to remind you of how extraordinary you are is very, very strong. And so it's much easier to show up on social media. The things I want to say are just coming through me so fast. The purpose, the content itself is just flowing. It's not always like that. Sometimes you're in a season of integration and implementation of what you've been learning. And during those seasons, it's okay if you slow down for a little bit. So it's like really being aware of what season am I in right now? What feels doable to me? I absolutely encourage you to set the bar lower so that you can actually achieve it. When we look at my 365 Days of Song project, I did a great podcast on this, which I recommend you go and listen to, all about like some breakthroughs I had around that level of commitment, doing something every single day. But one of the things that I share in the podcast is that I set the bar very, very low for what consistency looked like. And so for me, at the beginning with 365 Days of Song, the bar was I just had to open my mouth to sing, even if it was Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. I probably will sing more today, but even if that was all I did today for this YouTube video, I would have sung today. And so you can create a structure for yourself like that for social media. But what is so amazing is that once you create that structure for consistency and you keep going, you start to enjoy the process. You start to deepen into it. You start to be excited. You start to have ideas. Your channels all open up and your creativity starts flowing. And so creating some kind of low bar level of what consistency looks like for your goals on social media, that is a great, great, great place to start. Okay, I'm going to pull out I've put it in my pocket. I'm going to pull this out one more time and just see if there's anything else I want to tell you. So this person is asking for a concrete marketing plan with actionable steps. And there are absolutely programs that do this. So I had purchased a program from one of my mentors called Profitable Story Prompts, and it was 365 days of stories. And I would link to that, story ideas. And I would link to that, except that she recently told me that that program is not available right now. If she has brought it back, I'll link it. I'll double check. But here's another one. I created a program called Real Magic, and I will give you a discount code for that as well. It's normally $222, but I often drop it like way, 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 way low. So I may even drop it for you like coupon code way, way, way low. And what that is over 200 scripts, prompts, templates, hooks, and ideas for reels. And so you can purchase something like that and just decide for yourself, I'm going to do a reel a day for however many are here. And there's like 250 at least right now. I think there's at least 250. There might be 270. It's like if you give me a review, I think I give you another 20. So it's like it might be 200 like feedback review. So it's like 250 minimum because there's 200 in the straight program. Then there's another 50 in one of the bonuses that you get for sure. And this is a great, 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 great way. Even just using one of those prompts, you can take one of them and then repurpose it into a million things. In fact, if you combine Real Magic with Content Explosion teaches you how to take one of those reel ideas and turn it into new content. And so you can purchase something like this that will help you to just get more consistent. You can purchase content calendars. I had a content calendar in my Profitable Performer Revolution program, which is not currently on sale. And I'm developing another program that's going to include a content calendar as well. But of course, I'm not the only content creator or person who helps with content creation out there. So I encourage you, if you're feeling like you need a schedule and a very specific marketing plan structure, that you hire a coach to help build one that is for you specifically, or you hop into one of these programs, either for the content ideas like my Real Magic or my Content Explosion, that will help you with a structure for creating more in less time. I mean, I have people like who purchased the Real Magic who said that they were creating content like reels that were good in 5 minutes or less. And I'll link this testimonial, I'll put it on the screen so you can read it. She literally talks about how she's doing her whole day, including pumping breast milk for her child, for her baby, and creating reels because of the Real Magic program. And I have another testimonial I'll put on the screen too, an image of somebody who was in the Content Explosion program who was like, I did this, all in one day. It was like a email and a blog and a post here and a live there. I don't remember exactly what they all were, but it was something like 6 different things, all in a very short time frame. And this happens not just because of the tools or the strategy I'm giving you, but it happens because of the mindset that you release. It happens with recognizing and understanding that this is an inner energetic game more than it is a strategy game. And inside the Content Explosion program, we really get into that as well as sort of bookends of the program. We start in the energetics, we end in the energetics, and there's a whole bunch of strategy in the middle. Okay, back to the thing. So I need a concrete marketing plan with actionable steps that I can implement on a day-to-day, week, monthly basis so I don't feel so behind all the time. So I really feel like we covered this. Go out there and make your art, okay? Like it's not that hard once we get out of our own way. Once we go, okay, I want a marketing plan, go buy one. There are marketing plans. I need actionable steps. Get into a course that gives you actionable steps. I don't like courses. I would prefer one-to-one support. Well, then hire a one-to-one mentor to support you. I don't have the budget for that. Well, then search YouTube for videos like this one that give it to you. But bottom line of all of it, do your inner work, because underneath it all is the inner work. If you really trusted your intuition, I bet you had 1,000 ideas that you could be putting out online. You just are not trusting them. Okay? The world needs your art. Go out into the world, shine your light. Okay? You have a voice, you deserve to be heard, and the world deserves to hear you.